Namaste. My name is Sirisha. I am a physical science teacher in Vijnana Bharati High School, Maharanipeta, Vijayanagaram. Today, I would like to explain a lesson. Before going to the lesson, before announcing the lesson, I would like to ask you some questions, introduce some questions. That are, if we close our eyes, we are seeing nothing. Means if we feel the darkness, now we are opened the eyes. Now we are able to see the things around us. Means only the eyes need to see the things? No, not at all. If it is a night time, we are having the eyes and the things are around us, but we can't find the things and we can't see the things. Though we are having the eyes. Why this is happening? Because this is due to the absence of light. So today my topic is light. What is light? Light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy which can propagate. Light having different properties like reflection, refraction, dispersion, etc. Now, a reflection of light. These all are not only these, etc. These all are main properties of light: reflection, refraction, dispersion, scattering, etc. These all are. Now I would like to explain the topic reflection of light. Reflection of light. What is reflection? How the reflection takes place? These all are the interesting concepts. See how the reflection takes place. At all times reflection takes place? No, it is not possible. See, if the reflection where the light is incidence, means the light falls on a object. If it is the light has to reach the eye. It is a light source. Light has to come from a light source. Okay. When it is falls on the light falls on a object. Okay, this reflected ray needs to reach our eye. Okay, then only we can see the object. See, for example, I would like to tell you one thing. See, here the light is there and I am also having eyes. I can see all the things around me. Okay, of course I am having eyes. At the other room also having light. Okay, I am having light. I am having eyes. In the other room light is there, but I am not able to see the things which are present in the other room. Why it is happening? Because here what I told, the light ray needs to fall on a object. That light ray reflects and that reflected ray has to reach our eye. Then only it is possible for vision. See how the reflection takes place. According to the matter, there are 3 types of states existed. What are those? Solid state. We are very much familiar with these states. Solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. These all are the states according to the matter can be existed. Okay, but according to light, I am going to introduce, there are 3 types of matter, that is transparent material, transparent matter. Two, translucent. 3, opaque. What is transparent? The object which allows the light. Okay, the object, it is an object. The object which allows the light to pass through it. That type of materials are said to be transparent materials. Okay, what is translucent? Translucent means the object allows the light but partially, not completely. That type of materials are said to be translucent. What are opaque? The object which never allow the light, which never allow the light. It will never passes, never allow the light. The object never allow the light through itself. That type of materials are said to be opaque. You can understand now. Means when the reflection takes place means the light ray needs to touch the opaque surface. Then only the light can reflect. Understand? That type of materials are said to be opaque. We are going to discuss about reflection. What is reflection? See, I would like to take a ball first. I want to hit the wall with this ball. See, what is happened? The ball came back to me. At the same time, when the light falls on a object, okay, then it reverse back. It bounce back. When the light falls on a object, it reverse back. That is called bounce back. The bounce back of light. The bounce back of light is called reflection. The bounce back of light is called reflection. For the reflection, there are different types of materials we have discussed. What are for the reflection we have discussed about opaque. Okay. See, for the propagation of light, there were so many scientists introduced so many theorems. I would like to announce what are the theorems. The light can propagate in discrete particles. Who said that? Sir Isaac Newton, due to his theory, discrete particles of light. Next, the light can propagate in a wave direction. That is what is that? Wave propagation of light was introduced by Huygens. And not only that, the light also having speed. Means I already told you some type of matter. What is that? Solid, liquid, gas. These all are matter around us. I already told. So the light having different speeds in different media. Okay. Now what is medium? What is medium? The matter which allows the energy to pass through it. Whatever may be the energy, either it is light energy, sound energy, whatever it is, the matter which allows the energy to pass through it, that type of matter is said to be medium. Okay, due to the arrangement of particles in the medium, the light having different speeds in different media. Okay, but the scientist so-called said that the light having the highest speed in vacuum than any other medium, but the exact value of speed of light, the highest speed of light in vacuum was proposed by Michelson and Morley. What is the value? The exact speed of light is 2.998 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per seconds. This is the exact and accurate value of speed of light in vacuum was set by Michelson and Morley. We call this is represented by capital C. Now we are getting a round figure to solve the problems very easily. In the form of 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. This is the value who was introduced by. This is the value set by Michelson and Morley. Now I am going to tell you the properties of light. See, the major property what I am telling you, that is reflection. See, for the before going to the reflection, we need to have an idea that incidenting ray, reflected ray, normal, incidenting surface, incidenting point, incidenting angle, reflected angle. These all are the fundamental concepts to need to understand the reflection of light. See, I already told you the reflection will be takes place only with the matter, that is opaque object. To represent the opaque, we have to draw the lines like this. It is a transparent. Okay, this is opaque. There is a difference. See, it is a opaque surface. When there are from the light source there are. See, before going to that, what about light source? The energy, the light energy came from the source, that is called light source. What is the biggest light source in the universe? Sun is the biggest light source in the universe. So many light sources are there, like moon, stars, okay, and light fly. It is an interesting insect. Light fly. The light fly also produces light, but how it is producing? The biological energy is converted into chemical energy, and that chemical energy is converted into light energy. The light fly is the smallest and coolest light source in the universe. What is the biggest light source in the universe? Sun is the natural biggest light source in the universe. We are having so many synthetic or artificial light sources nowadays made by man. See, this is the light source. From the light source, so many light rays are coming in all directions, every direction. But for our explanation, we have to take a single light ray to explain it clearly. I have taken a single ray. Okay, this is nothing but the light ray incidenting. Falling is called nothing but incidenting. The light ray incidenting on a reflecting surface. This is called reflecting surface. The light ray incidenting on a reflecting surface. This incidenting ray, this light ray is called incidenting light ray. Incident ray. This incident ray touches the reflecting surface at a point O. This point, basing on this point, we have to draw a normal by using a protractor to get an accurate value of 90 degrees, where it is a perpendicular. What is the angle of perpendicular? It is exactly 90 degrees. That is called normal. Okay, we have to draw this by using a protractor basing on the point, incidenting point. This is called incidenting ray. This incidenting ray is represented by small I. This incidenting ray never passes. Why? Due to it is a opaque, means it is a reflecting surface. It never passes through, but it reflects. Okay, it reflects in this direction. We need to put a direction marks. It is a incidenting and this is reflecting. Reflecting light ray represented by small r. Okay, these are makes an angle with this incidenting ray makes an angle with the normal incidenting angle. What is that? Incidenting angle. This reflected ray makes an angle with the normal. That is called reflected angle. What is that? Reflected angle. Angle I, angle R. Basing on the rules of reflection of light, when the light falls on a plane surface, plane opaque surface, that angle I must be equal to angle R. That is nothing but the angle of incidence must be equal to the angle of reflection. What is angle of incidence? The incidenting ray makes an angle with the normal, that is called angle of incidence. What is angle of reflection? The reflected ray makes an angle with the normal is called reflected angle. This is represented by angle I and this is represented by angle R. Due to, according to the laws of reflection, first law of reflection, according to the first law of reflection, the incidenting angle must be equal to the angle of reflection. Okay. Now I would like to tell you some more angles of reflection. That is glancing angle. Glancing angle. What is glancing angle? See, I already told the perpendicular, the subtraction of incidenting or the reflecting the angle, the angle of the subtraction of angle of incidence and or angle of reflection from the perpendicular, that is nothing but from normal 90. That means 90 minus I or 90 minus R. Here, why I have taken, we can take either R or I. Okay, why? Why means according to the law, first law of reflection, angle I will be equal to angle R. So that is why the value which can be subtracted the angle of incidence from the 90 degrees, either angle of incidence or angle of reflection. This is called glancing angle. What is the glancing angle? See, this is the normal. From this means this is the angle between the, nothing but as clear as it is, the angle between the incidenting and the surface, not to the normal. That is important here. Either the angle between the incidenting ray to the reflecting surface, or the angle between the reflected ray to the reflecting surface. Either this one or this one called glancing angle. Now, see, I told you this is the incidenting point. This is normal. This is reflecting ray. This is incident ray. This is incidenting angle. This is reflecting angle. This is reflecting surface. What is the second rule? Second law. This is the first law of reflection. What is the second law of reflection? What is the second law of reflection means? The angle of the incidenting ray, the angle of incidence, the normal, the angle of reflection and the reflected ray must be in a same plane, the incidenting point. Okay, plane మీద ఉండాలి. Like that, see, this is the incidenting ray. Incidenting ray, incidenting angle, incidenting point, reflected angle, reflected ray. These should be at a same plane. That is called second law of reflection. That is called second law of reflection. What is the third law of reflection? Means the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection should be either side of the normal. Okay, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection should be either side of the normal. Normal ki atupakka itupakka undali. That is called third law of reflection. See the next one. See, we are basing on the reflection, we need to discuss about the mirrors, isn't it or not? If we want to see our face, how we are getting our face image? We are standing in front of the mirror. Okay, then the light falls on my face and it reflects to the mirror, and the reflected ray gets my eye get the reflected ray. So that's why I am seeing my image in front of the mirror, isn't it? Means for the formation of image we need to discuss about mirror. Of course, mirror is also a opaque. Actually, mirror is nothing but a glass. That glass is coated with the paint, that is silver bromide. The chemical formula for silver bromide is AgBr. Okay, that silver bromide is coated on the glass. That glass acts as a mirror. So here we are going to discuss about the classification of mirrors. There are mainly two types of classifications for the mirror. What are those mirrors? There are mainly two types of classifications for the mirror. What are those? Plane mirrors and spherical mirrors. Plane mirrors and spherical spherical mirrors. Plane mirrors. What are plane mirrors? In our daily life, we use the mirrors that mirrors are said to be plane mirrors in the dressing table or in the what we call shaving kit, whatever it is. We are using the mirrors, plane mirrors. Next, spherical mirrors. We have to take a hollow spherical glass ball. Okay, if we cut this ball, what will happen? We will get this type of piece only. Okay, if it is a hollow surface means we will get this type of part. Okay, this is called a reflecting surface, either this one or this one. If we quote this side, means if we make a coating on this side, this is acting as a, we call this concave. If we coat this side, we are getting the reflecting surface, this one. This is called a convex. How we can classify? Means if we take a single piece, see, means what I am saying, mirrors are classified into two. What are those? Plane mirrors and spherical mirrors. Plane mirrors are daily use mirrors. Spherical mirrors are further classified into two types. What are those? Convex mirrors and concave mirror. That's what I am saying. See, if you take an image, that this is the image. Okay, I already told where the glass is act as a opaque, we have to get a coating, that is nothing but silver bromide coating. For the not only plane mirrors, for convex and concave mirrors also, they will use the coating silver bromide coating. See, this is the, if we want to get, this is the reflecting surface, we have to put on this side. This is convex. Okay, now here if we get this side coating, then this is called concave mirrors. Okay, see, how can we remember? Means there will be a mnemonic, not for the there is no this is not there in the textbook, just I am getting a remembrance. So that is why I am giving a mnemonic. See, if we consider how wife and husband, there is a clashes in between them. What will they face? They will feel bore and vex. Okay, isn't it or not? Means when the person felt vex, what will they do? They will went away. Isn't it or not? Means let me switch on my voice into Telugu. వాళ్ళు వెక్స్ ఫీల్ అయిపోతే ఏమైపోతారు, వెనక్కి తిరిగి వెళ్ళిపోతారు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద అవుటర్ పార్ట్, మీన్స్ బ్యాక్ పార్ట్, వీపు. ఓకే, వెక్స్ అయిపోతే ఏం చేస్తారు, వెన్ను చూయించి వెళ్ళిపోతారు. సో వేర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ రిఫ్లెక్టింగ్ సర్ఫేస్ బల్గ్డ్ అవుట్వర్డ్, దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ మిర్రర్స్ ఆర్ సెడ్ టు బి కాన్వెక్స్ మిర్రర్స్, వేర్ ద రిఫ్లెక్టింగ్ సర్ఫేస్ కర్వ్డ్ ఇన్వర్డ్స్. Okay, here curved outward and here curved inward. The curved outward part, the mirror which is having the curved outward part is called convex mirror. The mirror which is having the reflecting surface curved inward called concave mirror. Okay, see, convex mirror, mainly we have to say there is one thing, the important thing, that is convex mirrors are diverging mirrors. Diverging mirrors and concave mirrors are converging mirrors. That's already I told you. What I told you, there is a clashes in between the wife and husband. Okay, they will feel vex and they will take diverse. So convex mirrors are diverging mirrors. Concave mirrors are, there are only two. What is that? Either diverging or converging. Convex means diverse. Means convex mirrors are diverging mirrors and concave mirrors are converging mirrors. Why should we call convex mirrors are diverging mirrors and concave mirrors are converging mirrors? We need to discuss the ray diagrams. I will tell you in the next class. Thank you.